O Mother Nui, stretch high above this valley. Your starry body is our glory. Then see the hawk of yonder Rahur quit, his fiery splendor, oh so mighty. He brings a light for all our weary souls. He makes the broken spirit whole.
Welcome to today's deep dive. I want you to think about the Christian cross for a second. We look at it and generally, we see history, right? Like a monument to an execution.
Right, a very literal physical history.
Exactly. But the sources we're looking at today suggest something wildly different. What if it's actually an interactive, hidden user manual for human consciousness?
Yeah, so we are looking at the foundational texts of universal Gnosticism. It's a movement started by Samael Anwar, and the core mission of these writings is to basically strip away all that historical and religious baggage.
Just completely tear it down.
Totally. They redefine the cross as a piece of active alchemical technology. It's meant entirely for psychological liberation.
So instead of a tombstone, it's like a blueprint for a highly advanced machine. I mean, where does the machinery actually begin in this framework?
Well, it starts with basic physics and geometry, actually. They view the vertical beam as the masculine active electrical impulse. And the horizontal beam is the feminine receptive magnetic field. When you cross them, they don't just sit there, they generate this cosmic vortex. It's basically the underlying architecture of creation itself.
Okay, I get the sacred geometry angle. But the classic religious mandate has always been, take up your cross, which usually means grinning and bearing some terrible mundane burden in life. How does a cosmic physics vortex translate to daily human suffering?
Yeah, so this is where the text makes a massive leap. In this doctrine, taking up your cross has absolutely nothing to do with bearing a mundane burden.
Really? Nothing at all?
Nothing. They interpret the cross entirely through a lens of sexual alchemy. It's a literal instruction to practice sexual magic in what they term the Kabbalistic ninth sphere.
The ninth sphere? That sounds like a sci-fi concept.
It does, yeah. But in their Kabbalistic map of the universe, the ninth sphere refers to the foundational level of creation, the realm of sex. So working in this sphere means being married and practicing absolute chastity.
Wait, chastity? Because usually chastity just means celibacy, right? Like no sex at all.
Right, but they draw a very hard line between the two. A massive line. Celibacy is actually seen as stagnant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, true chastity in this Gnostic system requires the physical act of sexual union, but with the strict prohibition against ever reaching physiological climax. You can never spill what the texts poetically call the waters of Amrita, basically the vital sexual fluids.
So it's like revving a massive car engine to generate maximum electrical power, but deliberately refusing to put the car in drive, and then using all that trapped intense heat to power a completely different system inside the vehicle.
That is a perfect analogy. You are purposefully generating immense friction between those masculine and feminine beams. By denying the physical release, that trapped energy creates a really volatile spiritual electricity.
And that does what exactly?
It's meant to awaken the kundalini. It's this dormant energy coiled at the base of the spine.
Which brings up the big question, what do you actually do with a fully charged kundalini?
Well, the text shifts here to the cross of St. Andrew, the one shaped like an X.
Right, the X cross.
Yeah, the X represents the crucible. The texts claim you take that highly pressurized spiritual electricity and you turn it inward to literally incinerate your own ego. All your hidden jealousies, fears, your psychic defects, they're just thrown into this fire.
Throwing your hidden flaws into a fire. I mean, that sounds incredibly close to Carl Jung's idea of shadow integration, right?
Oh, totally.
Like facing the dark parts of your psyche so they don't subconsciously control you. Are they connected?
The psychological goal is very similar to Jung's shadow work, for sure. You have to confront the dark, fragmented parts of your mind. But Gnosticism argues that merely analyzing your trauma or, doing cognitive therapy isn't enough to permanently change you.
Because it's just mental.
Exactly. They believe thoughts alone can't destroy the ego. It requires a superior physical force. They think you literally need the energetic heat generated by the sexual cross to burn those mental structures out of your brain entirely.
So it's not just talking through your problems, it's nuking them with sublimated physical energy.
Exactly.
And just to be completely clear for you listening right now, we are strictly reporting the source's claims here. We are not endorsing this cosmology or taking any sides, just neutrally exploring the text. Because, well, they take this idea of light and dark to the absolute extreme with the inverted cross.
They really do. In their system, every force has an equal opposite. If the upright cross is the mechanism for waking up, the inverted cross represents involution.
Like a downward spiral.
Yeah, the downward devolving spiral of human consciousness. And they very controversially point to the traditional figure of Yahweh as the chief of the Black Lodge managing this devolution.
Wow. So the inverted cross is the symbol of humanity basically trapping itself.
Right. It's the karma of perverting those sexual forces for a quick physical release rather than doing the spiritual transmutation. They view mainstream religious blind belief as part of that trap, keeping people asleep instead of demanding they do the practical, energetic work to liberate themselves.
Bringing this back to you, the listener, what I find striking here is how it challenges our modern obsession with comfort. I mean, we avoid suffering at all costs. But this philosophy frames the cross as a daily, internal battle against your own psychological sleep. It's a refusal to take the easy way out.
It really turns spiritual growth into a grueling physical science experiment, demanding deliberate effort to finally wake up.
It completely changes how you look at that shape. And, it leaves you wondering, if the cross was originally meant as an internal anatomical instruction manual, what other everyday ancient symbols might secretly be hidden blueprints for unlocking the human mind?